Hi everyone, today we're going to make something like this. So when the enemy is ready to be taken down, we can take them down. And if I use my gamepad, the button will change. It will change into gamepads icons, right? And then when we take them down, we can see the camera is emphasizing the action. And to do something like this, we are going to use, first one is instant sequence manager, and the second one is simple action UI, and of course Magnum Combat. And I cannot emphasize it enough for you that integrating two projects is actually one of the hardest thing to do in game development. And that is why my assets, if you take a look at the distribution method here, the distribution method is asset package. And that is different from a complete project because asset packages are meant to be integrated into existing projects. And my systems are all componentized, making it easy for you to just basically plug and play. Now we're on the demo level of Magnum Combat. As you can see here, we have this sequence manager player already set up within the level. And if you take a look at the Magnum Combat section of the variables, there's a variable called action cam, and this is set to true. So to do that, if you have like a new level, you just have to go to Magnum Series Instant Component Sequence Manager Blueprints, and then right here Instant Sequence Player, put it on the level and set Magnum Combat Action Cam to true. Alright, and make sure that you pick it as the transform origin actor. So make sure you pick itself as the transform origin actor, and override instance data is set to true. Alright, now we should be able to do the action sequences every time we do takedowns. But not only that, if you have sequence manager, for example, you would like to have like an intro scene, you can just put it right here and make the box a bit bigger, I guess. This is just an example, guys. And right here under trigger or collision, we set it on trigger. And the example, maybe we can create a new folder called cinematics. We're just gonna create a new level sequence and call it intro demo scene, whatever. All right, add the camera. For example, we do something like this. Take a look at what I'm doing here. It's really nothing special, but we're just gonna do like something like, you know, like a transition before we get into gameplay. And we're gonna set can blend to true, and then make it blend with the gameplay camera, like right at the end. I'm gonna do something like this, and then this. Oops, maybe I did something wrong. Yeah, and we're gonna close it, and then this. Let's put that into here. Now, when we hit play, and then we hit the trigger box, we might get the intro scene. Right? Very nice, right? If you have like a, I don't know. And if you do not want to get Magnum Combat and you just want Sequence Manager, you can just get it's a Sequence Manager only, and you can still do this. You can still do all of this, and you maybe you wanna do autoplay, so you don't have to go to the trigger box before the sequence plays. So set the blueprint type to event code, event R code, and then set autoplay to true, and when we start the game, we'll immediately get into the level sequence, and it blends into the game itself. Right? Now we're gonna show you, I'm gonna show you how we can create cinematic takedowns like the ones set up on Magnum Combat. So right here we have some extra animations here. Now this animation will come soon to the Magnum Combat's new update. I'm working on the update, so it's gonna be like pretty major update. So it's gonna take me a long time to do that. And we have this animation right here. Okay. And the one for the victim. And on your, let's just close all of this first. On Magnum Combat, we can see if we go to the variables and montages, we have fists montages, sword montages, and guns montages. Now, these data assets are where the animations are stored. If you want to create a new one, we can just duplicate the placeholder and maybe call it like guns montages, right? And make sure that the guns montages is going to be set on the variable itself. So guns montages, right? And fist for fist, sword for sword, etc. And on takedowns, you can see that we have this takedown to attacker, right? Now we're just gonna create something similar for both of them, and we're gonna create anim montage am gun takedown 0 1. Oh, I forgot to label gun takedown attacker. All right, and then we're gonna do the same for the victim. AM gun takedown victim 0 1. Okay, right here we're just gonna add some particle effects. So right click, add notify particle, and what do you have here? Block damage. Yeah, we're just gonna pick damage and put it on the hand, and make another one for the initial shot. Okay, you can definitely skip this though. I just want to do it. Is it play sound? Yeah. I was gonna gun. Do we have Q gun? Yep, we have Q gun. Okay. We also want takedown, the takedown sound effect. And I'll pick this one, sword takedown. You can have for gun. Yep. That looks fine. Now, if you ever want to change the play rate, make sure you set the play rate for the victim as well. So for example, we want 1.35. That means you're gonna set the play rate on the victim's montage as well. But I guess we're not gonna do that. I'm just, giving you some notes here. Okay. And if you have like cinematics, we can create a new one for the gun takedown. Okay. Now if we open gun takedown and we go to the animation itself, so it's this one, gun takedown. All right. Make sure this guy is at 0 0 0. So here, but of course I do not like to I prefer to just create a new level, but so let me show you. Actor gun takedown, add the actor doing the animation and convert that to spawnable, and then getting the animation to where it's supposed to be, so right there. Now that we have this set up, all right, this is the animation that we'd like to create the cinematic takedown sequence. So we're just gonna save that and then move on to another level, which is Magnum series, maps, and combat cameras. This is just an empty level. This is just a place where I make the camera animations. I wrote that here, and then we're ready to test it out immediately if you want to, with the enemies being lined up for you. And we're just gonna add the gun. So just for the sake of this test, we're just gonna add the weapon at the beginning. We're gonna add a gun to our inventory and then immediately equips it. Set this to 1. So now we have a gun. So you can see we still have the animations from the one inside the placeholder. But if we change the animations on the data asset, we're gonna switch this into gun, takedown, attacker, and the taken downs is also gun, takedown, victim, and then delete everything else so that we can immediately see the animations being applied, and save it. Now we should be able to see the new animation. Okay, so by default we have like 4 sets, I guess four. I think we have 4 sets of level sequences. No, we have like 4 types, but we have 5. So we're gonna go there, and let me explain just a bit. The takedown back, front, left, right 1, and right 2. Now the reason I separated every direction is because the camera is gonna blend from the gameplay camera onto your appointed camera in the level sequence, and then goes back to the gameplay camera. Let's get back to what we've made here, LS gun takedown, to show you what I'm talking about. Now that we have our player there, just some note here: if you ever change the play rate on the montage, just make sure the play rate is the same as well, and the level sequence for camera animations. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna create a camera and then make the action and then emphasize the action however you want with the camera movement, or maybe, you know, zoom the camera from whatever angle, move the camera, transform, changing the aperture like I usually do. So we can do something like this, and then immediately zooms into where he's about to shoot, while also getting that cinematic angle, like anime angle, you know, and then getting the vocal length to be a little bit wider, maybe just more anime, something like this, right? This is just a quick, yep, we can do something like that, right? And then after that we're gonna have to blend back to where we were before. So approximately the gameplay camera starts from here, because we're gonna do this for the right side, and we are also going to approximate where the camera begins, and I think it should begin like right about here. Now, why do we need to set it up that way? It's because, let me show you here. So let's close this for a moment. And if the camera is, for example, from the left side of the player, and then we open, and then the level sequence starts, and we're gonna set this to can blend, of course, and then let the camera blends from the gameplay camera onto the camera from the level sequence. If the gameplay camera starts from the left, it would just look too jarring, right? That is why I created a whole system that detects where your gameplay camera is at the current moment when the level sequence starts. So it's not that jarring. In fact, it looks quite cool, right? And then it blends back onto the gameplay camera. And that is what we're going to test. So we have created this level sequence gun takedown. Now we're just gonna apply this here, add it, and then we need a way to detect whether we're using a gun or a sword. And I have created something similar here. This really doesn't do anything other than showing you that it's possible to pair the sequence with corresponding animations using simple codes like this. It's just a select node that detects what weapons that you're using, what weapon you're using at the moment. So we can do something like this. Let me show you what's happening here. So if we're using fists and swords and everything else other than guns, we're gonna pick this. But if we're using guns, we're gonna pick the the sixth, because integer starts from 0. So guns, fifth, sixth, whatever, 5. All right. Compile and save. Now we're gonna see our sequence that we just made in action. So yeah, we have a gun now. Yeah, I also forgot to disable the collision and make this guy hidden. But if you're like 100% sure that the animation and the camera won't be edited again, if you're 100% sure, you can just delete the placeholder actor. If you're not sure and you want to edit that later, you can just set this to hidden. I guess it's actor hidden in game, but yeah, actor hidden in game. And then we also want to set the collision to no collision at all. So can character no, and collision presets no collision at all. And then save the sequencer, and then we're gonna just see how it plays out. All right. All right, I guess that's how you use the sequencer. What else? Oh yeah, I remember. You want to use the action UI. So action UI, which is gonna add simple action UI onto the player character from Magnum Combat, and probably to the enemy as well. So right here we're gonna add SC action UI. We're also gonna get a widget right here, widget, and then make the widget class WB prompt widget. And now we have this nice widget right there, and then we're gonna just put it on top of his head, and when he's ready to be taken down, we're gonna add a button. I'm gonna show a button, prompt a button to the player so that the player knows what to press. You can also set this to screen space or world space, whatever you want, but today we're just gonna do world space. I'm just gonna do world space. I love world space. All right, now that we have that, we already have the simple action UI. We're gonna change the action UI. We're gonna change the input mapping from action UI onto the one we use on Magnum Combat. So Magnum Combat is here. This is Magnum series shared input. So this is the one from Magnum Combat, right? And then the action, we would like the action to be takedown. Where is it? Takedown, I guess. Takedown. Yeah, this is the one from Magnum Combat. No, we need the one from Magnum Combat though. We don't have it. Oh yeah, we do not have it. So this is just an example, but yeah, you'll get the idea once I show you. Use DevTools to true. I'm gonna set that to true to see where the widget lands. All right. Key icon does not match. Yep, it does not match because it's not from Action UI. It was from Magnum Combat, but Magnum Combat doesn't have a takedown button yet. You can just immediately create one for yourself. But for this demo, we're just gonna use that, I guess. That looks fine. Maybe scale it down a bit. Scale the widget down a bit. Maybe 0.65. No. Yeah. 0.65. That looks fine. We only want to show the widget right at the moment where the enemy is ready to be taken down. To do that, we're going to go to Magnum Pawn. Right after the damage logic, we're just going to check for the health and see if it is less than 40. Let's make it 60 to make it quicker, make the testing process quicker. And on prompt widget, now we have this. So after every damage, we're just going to check if the enemy's health is below 60. If it is below 60, we're just gonna do get owner, get component by class, SC action UI, and then prompt widget. We're gonna show the widget for as long as it should until we unshow it. So see, now we get to see the takedown button, and now this guy is supposed to be ready to be taken down. But of course, the setup is not 60, the setup is 40. Yeah, but you get the point, right? Okay. Now we have the button for takedowns. Of course, you can make it better and polish it, And now we're gonna talk to the merchant. It is from Simple Series, Simple Shop, Blueprints. We have Blueprint Merchant right here. For this demo, we're going to use the third person from Unreal 5. So it's, I guess, this one, right? And to talk to the guy, we're just gonna add a button for our own character. Take IC Simple Shop and then pick a few buttons for these set of actions. So inventory, open or close, right? We also need a button for interact, right? And then we might need a button for drop, or drop item or equip item. Do we have a button for equip item? Equip item, yeah. Of course, we need to set all of this up, but for now, I'm just gonna do middle mouse button for opening the inventory, I guess. And maybe F keyboard for interact. Now we should be able to interact with the merchant, and we should be able to open our own inventory.
What are you buying? Not enough cash, stranger. Not enough cash, stranger. Come back anytime.
Alright. You think I do not have enough cash? We're gonna get rich here. Just gonna set money. Of course, if you want to add money to the world, like on the level, you should just take a look at the initial tutorial for Simple Shop component. We have
got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
See? I'm rich, man.
Come back anytime.
Now that we have this, we can definitely interact with it, right? Yeah, we can take it. Yeah.
Welcome. Come back anytime.
Yep. All right. We can open our inventory now that we have this powered helmet and we have the katana. We can equip it, of course, but the tutorial for that is going to be on the Simple Shop video. This is like more of a run through of all the systems that, thank you so much for watching and good luck with your own project. Again, if you have like questions and stuff, I'm on Discord. Again, I just have to say that I'm really glad to be back. I've been working on my own game for a while now. The game is called Unplug the Game. You can check this out on Steam. You can download the demo for free, right? And as you can see here, we have directional attacks. So directional attacks is used on this game, right? And then we have Magnum Combat, of course. We also have, Simple Action UI is also implemented there. As you can see, we have like takedown buttons. That's very similar to what we just saw in the tutorials, and we also implement the sequence manager onto the game. So as you can see here, before the kills, we have like cinematic camera movements, yeah, to emphasize the killing. I mean, emphasize the action. Yeah. Okay. That's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your own project, man. I also want to highlight that you can also get my assets from my Patreon. If you go like with this tier, for example, you will get Simple Shop, you'll get this animation pack, and then you'll get this free code. You can actually just get this one for free though, but yeah, you'll get this one and you'll get this one. And if you go with like we're in this together, the final tier, you can also get Simple Action UI. So I'm planning to put all the Simple series onto my Patreon. And if you get this one, and I'm really fine with you just getting this for one time, like paying one time and then going back to free member, that's fine too. As long as you're a free member, that's fine. Join for free. Just browse around. There's really nothing there right now, but I'll add more content. And as I said, I will add every Simple series. So Simple Action UI, Simple Shop System will be there. Well, Instant series are kind of different, but Simple series, that's for Patreon.